Hi, my baby's toys are taking over the whole living room, so I'm going to make 2 baskets so everything is a bit tidier. It won't make a difference, but I'll make them anyway. There are going to be 2 baskets, one slightly smaller than the other one and very similar to this one I made a few years ago from 2 IKEA rugs. I've seen them in so many different materials, felt, rope, and I thought of leather, and because I have this faux leather I think it'd be good for him to drag and pull and anything in between. I think 50 centimeters will be a bit too much, so I'm going to make 2 circles of 45 centimeters diameter, and then one will be 40 centimeters high and the other one will be 35. Once we decide about the measurement for our base, we will apply the 2 pi r rule to get the measurement for the side. We will cut twice for the lining as well, and then we'll sew it together to the bottom. Turn it inside out and save for later. For the structure, we will need some cardboard and baiting that we will staple together and sew to the base. Then we will put our 3 layers together and sew by hand. I've decided I want 45 centimeters for the base, so I'm going to start measuring and moving my ruler so I get the whole diameter. I don't have enough fabric of the turquoise one, so I'm going to cut 2 pieces instead of 1 for the side. Doesn't make much of a difference, it's only a straight seam. I'm going to need each piece double for both baskets. And now with all my pieces already cut, I'm going to the machine. So right sides together, I'm going to sew the straight seams for the sides. So this becomes a cylinder, like this. And then, once I have that, I'm going to start sewing the bottom, the base. And because you can't pin it, because it would get the marks, we are going to follow the shape of it. I have my 4 drums already, and I haven't put this one inside out because it goes like this. You want to see this bit once it's inside the other. And I'm going to cut some cardboard so it keeps the shape. I'm not going to bore you with cutting cardboard because it's the same measurements we did before. We have our pieces as bases, and because I didn't have enough cardboard, I have to make some patches here, but I've stapled them in together so they don't move. And one thing I did was to roll it so it takes the shape of the basket. And baiting as well, I'm going to measure, cut and staple in the cardboard. A few days later, I wasn't convinced about how it was turning out because the cardboard I had was really light. You can see here, this is the one I had, and this is the one I have now. Really strong, because it came with the washing machine. This is not sponsored, obviously. So now I'm going to do the same process. I'm going to staple it so it's secure, and I'm going to sew it to the bottom so it doesn't move, because before it was doing this, so it lost the shape all the time. And then I'm going to staple in the painting as well, and the most difficult bit will be to put it in the leather basket, because it's going to be rigid, but it's going to be much better. When I thought about making these storage baskets, I thought about toys, but they're useful for anything. In my case, in the sewing room for storing big pieces of fabrics, and even for magazines. You can also keep all your clothes that need ironing, and of course blankets and cushions before going to bed. They are quite sturdy. I would have liked the leather to be a bit flatter on the sides, but because of the seams, I think it goes baggy. I think it wasn't the appropriate material to do this, but I got through with it. So I hope you've enjoyed it, and if you've watched this much, consider subscribing so you don't miss anything next week. Bye!